We on. Let's go. Yeah.
Absolutely. Welcome again to BMore4Real. I am Uncle Wayne.
Danny, man. Let's go, man. Another Wednesday. Episode number 13. Let's go.
And look, they said it's a bad thing, but actually, it's a good thing.
It's a very good.
It's a good day, too.
Well, I like the good day thing. That makes it even better. Some people don't realize they have a good day when it's a good day. And when BMore Wednesday, it's a beautiful day.
Let's go, man. We on here, man.
What these topics?
Yeah.
Hey, as late as we started, they better already be into it. If you ain't enjoying it, you should have already be BMore4Real.
How was your day, though,
real.
How was your day, though,
Oh, wow. We're going to start about envy. So, talking about my day might help us out with our first topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our first topic.
Our first topic.
Uncle Wayne jumped straight into it.
Have no other choice.
But it's a topic. It's a topic before this. Hold up.
See, you want to.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good day anyway. Your way or my way.
We're gonna get better with this. But hey, we talking about struggles of identity and stuff, which will coincide with everything as we're talking about.
Yeah.
The struggles with our identity.
I agree with you, but I'm going to let you all start that topic. Then I'm going to tell you how my day warped right into it.
Okay, so before we get started, the
right
whole time, though, you said somebody wanted to tell you something about George Washington Carver or something.
Especially, we need to talk about that. Dr. George Washington Carver, invented the peanuts. Do you understand that his birthday is today? We have to remember those things because our black people, it's important. They say we've done nothing. We've done a whole lot. And he done a whole lot with them peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what happened to him, I heard?
No. What happened?
White man cut off his nuts.
What? What in the world?
Oh, like a
you say he did?
Talking about a hell of a day. You know what I mean?
You say he did what? He cut off.
He done a lot.
Is that true? Is that real
peanuts? Hey, look it up. This is what I'm saying. We need to be educated on things. It's how ironic things happen,
right.
But it's amazing on what we can do. But white folks just hate when we do what we do.
How was your day, though? How was your day? How was the day that you had going on today?
It was one of those.
Let's start off like that.
Long days. Yeah. You know what I mean? When just nothing seems to go right, it's one of them days that want to stop me because Satan knew that we had to be here tonight and educate our black folks. You know what I mean?
Right.
So no matter how tough the day was, I know somebody else's day was worse than mine. You get it? I am still free. I'm still here. You understand? So I count my blessings.
Amen.
And I got my nuts.
I like how you do that in there.
God Almighty.
I like how you do that in there.
I didn't have a bad day after all, man. I think about it.
Let's give him a round of applause. Let's do it. Let's do it. Today was a good day.
In a return bounce off, how was your day?
Shit, man. Listen, man. I can say that every day that I'm blessed to be open, you know what I'm saying? Understand that, I'm waking up every day, you feel me? Going to school, doing what I gotta do, working hard, you know what I'm saying? Getting some coochie here and there now, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time...
Where's the applause on that? Get up there and
applaud. Get the applause.
We'll give him a little bit.
But just, educate myself too, just
what do you mean
talking
educate?
To my brothers, you feel what I'm saying? Just also talking to my brothers and actually, you know what I'm saying, knowing where their mindset is and knowing how we can be able to build and, And you know what I'm saying, just shit like that. You know what I'm saying. I'm just great that we can be able to be here and do stuff.
That's
like
a blessing,
you know
brother.
I mean?
That is a true blessing.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna jump straight.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
Ho,
How was your day?
Yes, sir. What's this guy doing?
Hold on.
He want to just jump in the shit. You
He
know what I'm
don't
saying? He don't want to say
don't want to say how his
Let's
day
see what's
was.
going on
Okay,
with you,
my
bro.
day. Oh, that's my fault because I want to jump straight into it.
Straight into
I
it.
care about our viewers. I want to get straight into it. Look, my
Yeah,
day,
they
every
know
day
what's
above
up.
ground is a good one. You know what I'm saying? Every day that I'm living, I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Things don't go as I planned, but I pray that the Most High's will be done and not mine. You know what I'm saying? You see the shirt, it's not just a statement. It's not just, you know what I'm saying, what I'm wearing. It's just like, it's a lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate all the viewers and everybody that's tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I hope that the people that's on Facebook go over to YouTube and do your due diligence there, subscribe, like, and do all of that. But
subscribe.
Hey, we got off to a late start, and we don't want to keep y'all holding. But
Yeah,
talk
we
about
did get off to a late start today.
Let's
We
talk
did.
about the struggles of identity, man. What do we look like as a people? What do we look like as a nation, as a country? Like the struggles of identity. Like, who are we, man? Let's go. Let's go there.
Well, you started out.
I mean, this is the realest conversations on the planet.
Hey,
So
be
you know
more
we
for
gonna get to
real.
it. We're gonna
Be
be more
more
for
for
real
real.
about it. We're gonna be more for real about it. Realest conversations on the planet. I mean, we've been through some things as the people, our ancestors, and our ancestors been through things throughout history in this country, you know what I'm saying? And we're just trying to figure out who we are as a people. Are we these thugs? Are we these people that when we go out, we have all these riots and all these occasions where we look like we're uncivilized, you know what I'm saying? When we go out to eat, you have people dancing and doing things on tables and all that other stuff, turning up establishments. We know what it's like to turn up.
I think it's a little indoctrinated though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's indoctrinated to us to where as though like I was watching this video on YouTube, Dr. Yusuf, YESH, and he was talking about far as the indoctrination of what black people were supposed to believe. You know what I'm saying? What we're supposed to believe because we were so stripped from our own heritage, you know what I'm saying? And then we don't even actually know who we are, who we come from, what tribe that we were supposed to have been built
right.
in.
But the basis and the whole pretenses on what I'm saying, my whole premise on what I'm asking is, what is our identity? Are we a bunch of thugged out people?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Are
But what is a thug?
And that's great that you mentioned that.
Hey,
Thug,
you said thugged out people. What do you mean by thug?
Gangster,
But,
the status quo.
So
the
you're saying
ghetto.
a thug is a gangster?
Yeah.
So a
gangster.
thug will be a gangster.
Yeah, thug, gangster. A lot of those terms can be used synonymous with each other, and that's how they treat us. So, I mean, regardless of our perception of what we may perceive independently and personally of what we think a thug or a gangster may be, the government and the policemen, they got their idea of what thugs and gangsters and stuff like that.
So a policeman can be a thug?
Yes.
Yeah, they can, but they're not seen as that. They're seen as people who are traitors of the government.
Right, but
that sounds a lot better than the thug.
But that's why
whatever.
when I say when you explain black folks, when you say that you use thug, right?
Right.
Think now.
Right.
So when you're
And
saying,
they are thugs too, but we don't use that terminology to describe them ever. So you would never associate a cop with being a thug. Every time
So
you hear thug,
why
you would
would-
never think cop.
So why don't we call a cop a thug?
Because
we call us
they are
thugs.
they are not thugs because they are not the people that are against the law. These are the people that work for the law that break the law.
The
That's a
cops
difference.
in my neighborhood
They're
works
constant-
for what?
But
Every
most
neighborhood.
Of, most of the times,
Every
it's more
neighborhood.
so they look at it as a specific gender. It's going to be a specific color too. You feel what I'm saying? Thug is looked at as a color. They don't look at Lucky Luciani as a thug because
Right.
he was within the judge system and all that, and he was tied in with them people. They don't look at him as a thug because he was in the mafia. They was looked at as mafia.
Exactly.
Different term.
Black people was looked at as thugs.
to-
White people that was doing shit was looked at mafia.
But to Uncle Wayne's point, though, the mafia they were looked at as Italian gangsters, and that's what I'm saying about
Gangsters, here's the
thugs
difference.
and gangsters
But look
because
how
they
they
were
dressed
called
them.
gangsters.
Because
Look
they
how they dressed
justify.
You know what I'm saying?
They dressed the proper way with the bow tie, you know what I'm saying, the bow tie, suit and all that. They didn't. That's what
But
thugs
watch
look
this.
like.
Let
But
me
when
show you
they-
real funny as a little joke. You know Goldilocks, the
Right.
little white girl that up. So she just skipping and she actually broke in somebody's house.
Yeah.
In there vandalizing. You know what I mean? Just think what she done.
Right.
But they think, oh, she skipped through because she's a little white girl. You see the difference of the two? It's like when white folks can get away with stuff, it's cool and cute. Look at all the fairy tales. They've all broken the law first. Every last one. Think about it. They were most wanted by the law, get it?
Right.
But it's always adorable and cute when it comes to them. But for us, we're thugs and criminals. You
Right.
know, think about it.
Right.
That's the agenda, though. That's the agenda for them to actually see us as that because they know the power that we hold, though. They know the power that we hold.
Hey yo,
They know exactly what the power.
let me
we
say
hold.
this too as well. We appreciate all the viewers. If you on
Thank you,
Facebook,
thank you.
If you're on Facebook, please check us out on YouTube. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Go over to our YouTube channel, BMore4Real. Subscribe for real. And we're trying to get these subscribers up for real. It's only free. We appreciate you guys nonetheless. We appreciate all our viewers.
Absolute,
Definitely
absolute,
believe
absolute.
that.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
as-
Be more careful.
Be more for real. Be more
Be more
careful
fair.
out here in these streets because it's
Now
it's
I
treacherous out here.
want to bring up another thing too, and it's a struggling with identity. There's some things that have to get off my mind. When 8 and 9-year-old child decides that they don't want to be who they are at 8 or 9, give me some. What do you think? You all a younger generation. I'm 60 years old.
That's a fabulous,
So-
absolutely fabulous question.
I'm a little bit confused on that one because how we allow it to go so far. Remember the age that I said. Now, at that age, they shouldn't be thinking about sex at all. Not at that age. Not at that age. So why do we have an issue standing up for certain things that we believe? Or do you all believe that it's fine, 8 or 9,
You wanna answer that
changing
question
your
first?
your identity?
You want to answer the question?
Hey, I'm a little bit curious on that one.
Say again.
You want to answer the question first?
Go ahead. You got it.
I just feel as though, we have been taught to do what the parents say. We have been taught to where as though that we should abide about all the rules that comes inside a household. Granted, that is supposed to be law, but at the same time, you should actually understand and tell your children how this world is actually going to be, regardless of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if we keep on telling them, oh, you need to do what I say, boom, 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 we looking at them like they are a fucking worker. Because that's what workers do. You feel what I'm saying? When your manager tell you, oh, I need you to go ahead, pick that up and go do this, doing that. That's what a worker is. Instead of saying that, listen, you can be able to choose to do this or choose to do that. And if you choose to do that, then that's where you're going to be at in that specific
But how
place.
does that relate in terms of identity? Because for me, identity is a major crisis. And see, this is the thing about this show. Once we get the production going for real, we're going to be able to play this tape back and all this stuff. And when I was telling people that people struggle for a lifetime with finding out their identity and who they are. There are some people that grown beyond a child. There's some people that grown beyond adult phase and are well into the adult phase, even into elderly phase, who have not discovered who they are as a person. They struggle with their identity. And see, the thing of that is, if we listen to certain of our ancestors like Marcus Garvey, right? He said a person who does not know where they come from is like a tree without roots. So you don't know where you're going, and I mean, you're basically not rooted in anything. And so you able to be swayed any kind of way. It's like there's no foundation. You can be moved either way. So even America struggles with an identity crisis and who America is. But one thing that we can't struggle about is who we are. And the struggles about identity that propose a big question is that once we choose who we are, we got to pick that side and stay on it. Because once you choose your identity and who you are as a person, you also choose your enemies. You also choose those who's going to be against you. You also then already chose your enemies when you choose your identity. And so when
you always choose the negative too, though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying the same exact thing that you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
We also chose the negative when we chose the positive situation, which is identifying who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I'm 60, and I'm here to tell you, you can't choose your identity. You can try to, and many people do, but in reality shows you are who you are.
Right.
That's true.
So
you don't choose your identity.
God already done that before. You were already thought
You
of.
don't choose your identity on a physical plane.
Or none-plane.
But see, what separates us
all skills come together.
What separates us as humans is that we can go outside of that what we was created for.
Don't mean it's real.
For, right?
You
and
go out and
real.
pretend to be something you right. Which we do. And listen, a lot of us good at it. Mm-hmm. But when reality comes and shows, you know what I mean, when the hint the fan sort of thing,
right?
When you can't be who you are, and this is a lot of things too. A lot of young children don't know who they are. You know why? Because their parents so busy telling them who they should be or think they should be, they never really know who they are.
But you gotta think about it too, though. Kids, when they say that the church was often you sit down, you listen to the teacher, and then, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be quiet, you gotta get this grade, you gotta do this. That's just like with the work system. You feel me? The work system of having a job is you need to be on time, you need to be, here and there, but at the same time, when children, they're learning more when they're active. They're learning more when they're over here, like Lord Johnny could be over there sitting in the corner and he could be the one that be the next Picasso type shit.
Right.
Because he ain't around everybody else.
Right.
But since we have this structure of the school system of, you know what I'm saying, you sit down, be quiet, let the teacher teach you, and you need to compete with everybody else, and then you can't cheat on nobody else's test, but at the same time, we all trying to get the same grade.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that's what the identify, you know what I'm saying, what you were saying as far as like identifying shit. We need to start to let the kids group together so that way we can all build that one foundation instead of having that that
in
one
terms
grade.
of identity,
You know what I'm
though,
saying?
I mean, because let's be real, we're talking about identity, and this is a serious crisis that people face, and we don't want people to take it lightly what we're saying, because people struggle with identity. They struggle with finding out who they really are.
Right.
You understand
and
what I'm saying?
Capable
yo,
of.
You know what's crazy, yo? Look, let me tell you. Yo, I had a conversation. I had a conversation on my social media, on my Facebook. If you don't know my Facebook, whatever, don't matter. Go ahead, follow me. You know my name, whatever. Follow me on Facebook. I mean, what we have is the realest discussions ever. I get it from these people that I hang around. We have the realest discussions ever. So when doing my just my thoughts and all that stuff, while I'm sitting there in my thoughts, I'm thinking about ego and self-esteem. And so I go into look into definitions of ego and self-esteem, and lo and behold, ego and self-esteem is the same thing.
Yes.
But the way that we use ego and self-esteem, I want people to hear me. I want people to understand me. I want people to understand what I'm saying. So look, ego and self-esteem, according to the English definition, is the same exact thing. Yeah. But the way that we use ego and the way that we use self-esteem is two totally different things. Self-esteem is often thought of in a positive light, right? It's often thought in a positive way. You gotta have positive self-esteem. You gotta think highly. You gotta esteem highly of yourself. But on the other hand, ego is synonymous with something that is negative because people think ego and being egotistical is negative.
Right.
But lo and behold,
Exactly.
according to the English definition,
Exactly.
these two things are the same exact thing. They mean the same exact thing. And it had me lost because I'm like, how do you find your identity in the midst of self-esteem and ego? Because we use ego and self-esteem two different ways, but if you go to look, if you go to look into the definitions, it will tell you that they are the same thing. So now you're lost between what is an ego and what is self-esteem. And I'm still lost on that, and I'm still studying that. I don't have the solution or the answer to that.
That's
this is
a part
something
of your identity
that just happened yesterday or the day
right?
before yesterday. I'm like ego, self-esteem, and I'm trying to find a difference. And I think the reason why people can't identify what they are is because the words that we use to describe ourselves are not concrete enough to give us a solid foundation.
And not to cut you, I kind of agree. I think when it comes to identity, people should accept people for who they are. People should show you who they are. We shouldn't expect someone to be who we want them to be.
Right.
When we get to know somebody, we should know that they're unique. We should be ready for them to show us who they are. We do things backwards. We try to change and train everyone the same way. Everyone had to be good at math, science, social study. Everyone had to do this, walk a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way. You see how it is?
Right.
We don't want someone to be different. We want them to be the same.
Right.
And then all of us trying to be the same, but
Right.
yet we want our own identity.
Right.
See, that's what doesn't matter. You can't have it
And
both ways.
everybody's not
Right.
going to agree with everything that you feel.
Absolutely.
And
And
nobody's not going to agree how disrespect is going to come to you when disrespect comes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Disrespect
Like-
is always going to be like, oh, you feel this way about certain things? Maybe I feel this way about this differently than the way you feel about it.
And that's life.
And that's going to be like
life.
Right.
That's how we all supposed to be. That's how
Absolutely.
we get along. That's what gets us entertainment. You know, if we all was doing the same and acting the same and moving around, we would have a boring world. It
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, we are actually God entertainment.
Hey, yeah,
Right.
if we
And I
don't-
want to say this as well too. We appreciate all the viewers. If
Absolutely.
you're on Facebook, please go ahead over to the YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. It's absolutely free. We appreciate the viewers nonetheless. We really appreciate y'all. But as in terms of identity, right? And this is a huge crisis as well. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about children, see, children, their job is to fit in, like I was saying a few weeks ago. Children's job is to fit in, especially when they become teenagers. Like when you're a child, right? You just learning life. You saying, oh, the birds fly.
Yeah.
You saying all this other stuff. But then the older you get, you understand what I'm saying? The more you're
you start to
exposed
see
to.
shit.
Right.
You start
Reality.
to see shit
The
like,
more
God
you're exposed
damn,
to.
oh, this
And
was
then you-
that?
and then-
oh, fuck no.
And then at that point is where the guidance is crucial, because we can then be enticed by a lot of things that glitter as gold. See, that's how we are as humans, and that's what make
And
us
that helps.
susceptible.
The struggling with identity, you know what helps with that? You know we got to go to the solutions. You know what a good solution is? The father in the home. I'm telling you, if the father in the home, it helps balance things out. You know, it does. When they don't understand certain things, the father in the home makes the difference.
Yeah.
You know?
It
so
does.
it really, a balance
The
helps
enemy-
you
does.
with the
But
struggle.
the enemy don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? The
Exactly.
enemy wants you to actually be around the women with the feminine energy to make you feel like you don't need this nigga, because they look at that shit, they say that, oh, I
And the
don't
laws
need this nigga
help too.
because my mom did this shit and all that shit. Like, no. Where
KP,
you getting your money from?
Hey, KP, we appreciate you. He said fathers
getting your
make
money
a
from? The
difference.
fucking government.
And we got comment that say
Goddamn
I
government,
agree.
nigga.
We got comment that say I
Talking
agree,
about
man.
shit.
We appreciate all the viewers. We appreciate all the comments
Absolutely.
and everything. But when it comes to identity, our main thing is if we don't know who we are, we can't possibly move on in the geography of our life, because we don't know where we're going. You know what I'm saying? Notice how I say geography. When we're talking about geography, we're talking about places and locations. You got to understand where you are presently to where you will be in the future. And we got to be able to look at it through a tunnel vision. That's what they call tunnel vision. We gotta be able to look at it through tunnel vision and see it through that. Okay, we'll be a better people. Now imagine if we had a bad morale about things and things would not go the way that we wanted to go, and we decided to give up as a people. I mean, we would just be totally lost. We'd be destroyed as a people.
Terrible. That's
and then we got another
Shoot.
comment, KP, again, we appreciate you, KP. And he said, gotta watch the enemy too. You're right. Bible says, be not ignorant of enemy's devices. And that's one of his devices. It's for you to be ignorant. That's not what he said at the end, but yeah, that's one of the enemy's devices, is just for us to be ignorant, because we don't know the true ramifications of our actions. Imagine, I was talking to Uncle Wayne earlier, and I was having a conversation. I was like, look, just because we don't know how to cross the street, you understand what I'm saying, don't mean that we won't get hit by a car, because the world does not owe us understanding in that regard. You have to be taught how to cross the street. So imagine if you don't know how to cross the street and you proceed to walk your ass across the street. It's not going to stop you from getting hit by a car. So we have to know that our people are being destroyed by the lack of knowledge. We're not knowledgeable enough to get us away from the things that are endangering us. We just constantly put ourselves in danger because of our lack of knowledge. Like, I mean, we even have to know what we eat. It's a lot of mushrooms and stuff like that. You eat them one time, you dead. Berries, all this stuff. Stuff that come from the ground that we may think is natural. We may think that is organic, but this stuff will kill you straight up out the ground. You understand what I'm saying? So without the knowledge, that's what it is.
But hey, I can agree 100%. But listen, you gotta remember this: you are what you eat. You know, you are what you eat, so you gotta throw that in there too. Yeah. But we're gonna move on. Oh, the solution. I'm sorry, y'all. We need a solution for the struggles of identity.
The struggles of identity. What we need, solutions. So, as with anything, my solution is going to be a code. We need something that all of our people universally go by. I had a conversation earlier with a good brother who was actually here in the studio. And I was explaining to him that, you know what I'm saying, when we have a code, a lot of black people, white people, they tend to think that we being racist for having a code of conduct amongst ourselves. But when you look at other races and other families and how they conduct themselves, there's certain things that they do not do as a people. There's certain things that Chinese people don't do as a people, Vietnamese don't do as a people, Hawaiian. There's certain things that all these different nations and stuff, which sets them apart from the world. You'll be able to tell them that they are part of this nation, that they are part of these people, because they don't do the things that these other people do. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to tell people are African and stuff like that. You'll damn sure be able to tell what region of Africa people are from based on the things that they do. Yeah. So, I mean, it's all alike. But we have no code of conduct. Us as being people of the diaspora, meaning people that was a part of the slave trade. Us
was the first.
We don't. Us being people a part of the slave trade and stuff like that. We have no code of conduct. There's nothing that we can't do. You can't say nothing to our children. The teachers can't say nothing. The neighbor can't say nothing. The uncle, the brother, the cousin, the sister. Nobody can say nothing to our kids. Nobody can teach them the way that's right. Nobody can correct them in a way where you might not see fit because you don't see fit, but these the people that you instill with protecting your children and teaching your children. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we gotta let the teachers have it. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta think about a lot of these colleges that's always promoting European culture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these high-power cultures is only focusing on what Columbus did and how we're actually what Europeans did for everything, but they don't even understand that if they look in the African culture, nobody don't know that the African culture, the first university was in Italy.
No, not Italy.
It was Italy.
No,
it was Italy.
Italy.
The first.
It wasn't Italy.
The first African culture.
It was in Europe.
That was far as.
It was in Europe, but it wasn't Italy.
It was.
I get what you're saying, but
it was in What the fuck is that shit?
It was in England, Spain, somewhere around that region.
It was England, yeah. It was
and
England.
That's where you get colleges from. It's called a university. The Moors came from Morocco up into, I believe it was Spain or England, and they developed what you call the first college. And the reason why they call it the university is because they had people that was from diverse regions. They came from all regions, but they was together for a common purpose. And that's what you get university from. You get it from unity and diversity. Mm-hmm. So they created the first university, and that came from the Moors, from Morocco.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
but we got a comment, and KP, we appreciate y'all. Man, we appreciate all the viewers, man. We really do, man. We appreciate all the comments, man.
Yes, sir.
He says, also, kids on social media don't show their identity. That's because catfishing and another thing you can't talk about for identity. Yeah, catfishing and all these illegal activities that they do on these social media internet, and that's why they conceal identities.
And catfish is what they do regularly.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, their communication skills are terrible. You know, they on there, it's the same. They have very little communication skills. Talking about struggling with identity, they can't even have a conversation. I told you, them young ones, they don't. They'll meet each other, have a relationship, and break up all over
back in
a
the day,
text.
we just walk out to you. What's going
what is
on, babe?
going
How you doing?
on?
You know what I'm saying? How you doing? What's going on with you?
We need that training, that teaching that's better. We are not teaching them. Mm-hmm. You know, parents sit the child down and give them those instruments so they don't want to be bothered. That and food. Mm-hmm. That's why you see most of the children overweight. They stuff food in their mouth. As soon as they cry, oh, eat that here. Here's the phone. Here's a tablet. Mm-hmm. Anything instead of spending time with them. Yeah. Because when you spend time with your children, you will find out what they truly all about. Mm-hmm. You will know that. So instead of letting everybody else teach and know your children, how about you spending some time to get to know them? And they'll have less time with struggling their identity.
And with that being said, hold on. With that being said, man, we appreciate the segment. Man, we appreciate. We always go over a couple times, man. It just be like that, man. Be more for real, man. Be more for real. Let's go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go right here into this next. I mean, like, this is the realest conversations on the planet. And we're talking about people and relationships and stuff like that. Envy is a demon. Yes. And this was one that was near and dear.
It's a fucking...
Before we go here, though, we got a special comment too. Bobby, BTU. He said, believe me, dudes, the teachers that are left remain because we care. Teachers want to change behaviors, but teachers are not reprimanded for reprimanding. Teachers are reprimanded for reprimanding, and that's a powerful statement. And yes, and that's what I was saying. We got to protect our teachers. Hey, you know what? We're gonna get a panel together too as well, where we fight on the backs of teachers and stuff like that, because these teachers, especially our black teachers, the ones that can teach our community and stuff like that, need to be protected. There are a lot of our children that assault these teachers and do a lot of things, man, that we don't talk about. And I think the major difference, because my parents, if you went up in school and you showed your ass off, they're going to beat your ass.
Motherfucking ass.
They're going to beat your ass because you done showed your ass off and made the whole household a fool. Because you know what? The teacher gonna be always right. Because the teacher ain't got no reason to sit there and just try to make your life hard for no reason. It's hard to believe that. Even though some teachers do, no. We're not gonna, we're gonna give the teachers the benefit of doubt because we know our children. But when our children act up now, in this generation, we go up to school ready to threaten these teachers' lives and their livelihoods over something that
you know what's crazy, yo? Can I say something that happened, yo? Today, this what you going up far as teaching, though.
Let me go back to the next segment, the previous segment, because he just brought it up. We got to do it for you, Bobby. We appreciate you, Bobby. Man, let's give Bobby a round of applause, man. Let's go ahead and do it.
And Bobby's part of our what we call out there audience. Always been there with us.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the viewers and comments. And so we're just gonna stick with this right here, just for a quick second, to make sure that Bobby can get his words across too, and that we can get our words across. Go ahead, big brother.
No, yo, you know what's crazy, yo? I was at work today. You feel me? So the other day and shit, right? Young dude, right? And this how we like you were saying, identifying certain things of just identifying shit, right? So it's a young dude at my job, right? He straight told the young lady, you know what I'm saying? Well, the young lady said, don't say nothing about my kids or whatever type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he straight told Shorty, yo, suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Straight told her. 15 years old, my nigga. And he talked to a grown lady like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, and he said, suck my dick, whatever, talking that shit. And then he called his stepfather up there, right?
Right.
He called his stepfather up there, and he come up there. He ain't even tell him the whole situation for real. He ain't even tell him what was going on or what the situation was. He just straight told him that, yeah, got some people that's trying to do something to me. But at the same time, yo, you told this grown lady to suck your dick, my nigga. Like, that's some disrespectful ass shit. You feel what I'm saying? And identity far as that is, how can you identify who is going to do stuff for you, my nigga? Because you gotta understand, like how you say as far as the identity. The stepfather didn't even know that he was in the wrong. Even if he was in the wrong, you had to identify what was going on. The first thing this nigga came up there with, that nigga came up there told like, yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And then was trying, you feel me?
I hear that a lot.
Run him up for no reason.
Hey, Bobby got another comment. He said,
no bullshit.
The system has set standards and guidelines.
Bullshit.
Bobby said this. He said the system has set standards and guidelines that limit what we can say to students, regardless of the student's regardless of the student's verbal or physical abuse. And it happened today. Look, Bobby, we appreciate you. Look, you was right. Look, Bobby is a teacher, though. I don't know. Bobby is definitely. He said it's high school students, but now I know. Bobby, you could definitely have to be a teacher. We appreciate you for tuning in. This man is a teacher of the students of our future generations. Of our future generation. He said high school. I remember he said high school. I don't know you personally, Bobby, but we appreciate you for tuning in.
We appreciate it.
Yo, man, make sure y'all go ahead. Man. Yo, I was telling my son this too. Our black teachers are heroes, but especially our black men teachers, because there aren't many black men teachers. Like, because of mass incarceration and because of our dumb ass decisions as black men, you know what I'm saying, when we go to jail, when we be incarcerated 6 times more likely, because of those circumstances, you don't see a lot of black male teachers. So to see a black male teacher, to see a black male nurse and all that stuff, you better respect them as a hero. I just told my son that, because these people are heroes, and they even came through the grimiest of the grimiest. I don't care their circumstance, their household, their region, their city, state, country, county. I mean, like, to get to that point as a black man, we have to understand the struggles as black men. And I'm an advocate for men, especially black men. We have to look at them as heroes, give them their flowers while they are here on earth and can smell them.
So
let's go ahead and give Bobby some flowers some more again.
Thank you, Bobby. Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby.
We really appreciate you. He's a teacher.
Bobby.
We really appreciate you.
Do you think that it'd be more so, they're doing it generally, like just off of the strength, or just more so just to get a check? Because a lot of times, we get in them teacher roles, you feel what I'm saying, and trying to actually do stuff for that, but they don't, really give a fuck about them when they leave out the school. You know what I'm saying? Like how, I feel like that. I feel like it's like an if and and. It's a odd and on. You know what I'm saying? Just more so, that's just what I was just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it makes sense. It does. It makes sense. Listen, we have got to change a lot of things as black men. We do. And I understand you say a code, but think about this. As black men and all of those laws out there, we had little to nothing to do with them. And most of the laws were out to make sure we stayed down anyway. Think about all them laws. We were slaves. We weren't help writing no laws. Matter of fact, we couldn't even put an opinion in anything, even the stuff that we did do. So look at the laws now, how they affect us. They got us down. Let me give you a prime example of a handgun. I'm going to give you a prime example. They said at Fort Bill you can carry a handgun. I can't. Watch this. I'm 60 years old, live in the worst neighborhood in Baltimore City. 9 times out of 10, the chance of me getting home is grace of God that I do. But I go register for a gun, I can't get one.
God bless you being
what
that
kind
age,
of sense does
damn.
that make?
Right.
You ready for this? I'm going to show you what else don't make sense. They got weed dispensaries, right? Watch this. Weed dispensaries. But if you got a felony on your record for selling weed, you can't sell weed at the dispensary. Do you understand? What kind of sense does that make? That shows you that white man's still trying to keep control. Because they want to control the weed at the same time tell you now you can't. It is us that keeps allowing that. Carrying signs talking about Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter, we will act like it. Let me show you.
Let me ask you this, though.
Watch this.
Hold on. Before you...
I want you to think about this. Shoot a Jew and see if they carry a sign and say Jews matter. But I bet you feel that Jews matter. See what I mean? Because if Black Lives Matter, it will show with all of us. If something happened to one of us, it happened to all of us. It's time for us to pull together, y'all, and stop living off those rules and regulations, policies and procedures that were created by slave owners.
And let's give a round of applause for that. Let's go and give a round of applause for that, man. Let's do it.
You know what, Mike?
And so Bobby said, and we appreciate you, Bobby, as always, man. We really appreciate you, Bobby.
We do, Bobby.
He said, that's middle school, 5th to 7th grader. A few years ago, I had a 2nd grader, unhappy, following class rules.
2nd grader.
He wrote me a note that read like this. F you, Mr. Blunt. You is a biatch. You know what I'm saying? And we might have to, yeah.
Wait a minute, that's the rest.
Look.
We're not laughing about it. And that was a 2nd grader.
This was middle school.
Oof.
A 5th to 7th grade. A few years ago, he had a 2nd grader that was unhappy with following class rules in the law, and he wrote the own teacher a note, and he said, "F you, man. You is a biatch." And so, look, this is the stuff we gotta defend with. We gotta defend our kids going to school telling their teachers shit like this. Excuse my language, but no, we need to. I'm on the side of teachers, the first responders. I mean, even police officers that do the job that's in their boundary. That do their job correctly. Because these people go into the line of fire when people out here shooting up malls and doing all this other stuff. They the ones that are trusted with going in there and risking their lives for the public safety. So those ones that carry out their jobs in that capacity deserve the utmost respect, and I will continue to preach that. I don't care what people be talking about. Fuck the police, fuck the fire department. Wait till your ass is in need. Wait till your ass needs something to be done. And don't niggas get there faster than the police.
And we up to that age though now, man.
But I can't
be serious.
We up to that age, like Uncle Wayne said. Like
he's in his,
and he's always preaching that he's in his 60s. You feel what I'm saying? And that is so blessing to actually be there so much. You feel what I'm saying? And still being the good graces that you at. You know what I'm saying? And understanding where life could actually continue to be, and understanding that, yo, these motherfuckers, even though we used to run for these niggas and don't want to talk to these niggas and do all this other shit, we still understand that they still have a job to do to go to families. You feel what I'm saying? It's a respect level, like you said in the beginning. It's a respect level. You understand that life is very fucking precious. It's precious as shit. You cannot take that shit for granted.
Let's flip this other side of the coin. Let's separate the two. Firemen and policemen. we really need to separate the two. I admire a fireman. I can bow down to one, and I think that's a job of some serious courage to run into a fire to protect. They need to be praised.
Hell yeah.
Paramedics that save lives need to be praised.
But you ain't say police for a reason.
Let's flip the other side of the coin.
Let's talk about it.
Now, police officers. Okay, let's be for real here. Remember, I'm 60 years old, and I just told you I live in the highest crime neighborhood in the city.
In the city.
I've seen my policemen around there, and they do anything but run to some crime. You know what they good at? Holding the tape, rolling around after the crime has been happening. And you know what they say? The family that want to say goodbye for those last minutes can't even say goodbye, like they gonna solve the crime. You do better just letting them say goodbye, because that's all you pretty much good for.
Wow.
And let me tell you another thing about the police. This city tried to defund the police, but when they got elected, they didn't have the balls. You know what I mean? They still had theirs. White man didn't cut them off, but they didn't have the balls to get rid of the police department. We need a new protection. Like you said, I should feel that way. I should feel that the police come around and protect us.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
It's not happening. They get paid a lot of money. They get a bulletproof shield. They get a gun. They get training. And they come in and do nothing. You know why? Because they used to over-police before that Merlin Mosby tried to take them down. So you know what they said now? If we can't discriminate and abuse you, we're not doing anything to help you. Good luck.
Let's go.
But they still get paid. Give me that paycheck back. Then you could do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Man.
Let's go.
No fireman,
Hey,
no
yo,
police.
listen, we ain't got the studio rocking, man.
Let's
Get off some air,
That's
man.
how
We got
I
the
feel.
studio rocking.
Man.
For real, man. Let's go. We gonna be more for real.
Be more for real.
Before we go to the last and final subject, give us some solutions, Uncle Wayne.
Yeah, let me tell you the solutions. Absolutely. It's time for black men to get your butts together, pull together, and get this thing done right. It's enough's enough of making excuses. You understand? I know life is hard. I know it's a struggle. God made it that way, for example, but he wants the real tough ones to rise up and do what's right. Mm-hmm. And it's simple. Don't do anything to anyone that you don't want done to you.
Let's do it.
Bang!
Man, that was a long topic, man.
Solution.
Long topic, man. Long topic. Man, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to the next topic. We're going to try and get to it.
Topic of the night. What's the topic of the night?
It's not
We
even
were still the first one.
We
were still the first topic.
We went back for Brother Bobby like we going to always do, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the viewers.
Envy is a demon.
Yes, we appreciate all the viewers. We just had to get that out. Even if we don't get to the topic of the night, man, we'll get to it next week, you know what I'm saying? Because we just going to keep on going on, because that's something that we had to talk about.
And it's Be More For Real.
And we got to be more for real. We got another subject, though, that we've been trying to get to, that we're about to get to, is talking about envy is a demon. Mm-hmm. And so now let's talk about how envy is a demon. Do we all suffer from these same things? Or do we all have these same demons?
Called jealousy. In other words, it's called jealousy. You know how that is?
Okay.
Yes.
You know about envy, it's called being jealous of someone.
Yes.
Okay.
And want what God gives that God has given them, we want.
Okay.
So instead of sharing them, we want to take them. But remember, what's for you is for you. That's what
and
God
we want to
tell you.
appreciate the viewers that already done went over to YouTube. I seen some viewers that was over
thank
there
you.
on Facebook. We want to go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and give y'all a round of applause too, because that's what
Let's
we do, man.
Welcome, y'all. Let's applaud us. That's real. Welcome, applause.
For real.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate y'all for viewing us, man. We're going to make sure y'all get heard. We're going to make sure y'all get seen. This is the realest conversation on the planet, man.
Be More For Real. We do this every Wednesday.
You're not going to hear another conversation that's better on the net.
We're
For real.
real.
Realest conversation on the net.
That's a fucking
And
little.
you know we got our another guest here. You know he comes and he lights it up. You understand? We gonna take the leash off and let him go. You know what I mean? You gonna let
cut cars with it. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't cut over time.
Nigga, spend that money, my nigga.
Hey, so that we
cut
don't
that money, my nigga. You got $100,000 on $100 million off that motherfucking trade for that shit, my nigga. Spend that money if you gonna do that shit for the city, my nigga.
Hey, so that we don't run over time, right? We're gonna go straight into it. Envy is a demon. Do we all have them? And we were just talking about what we were just talking about, and it can go right into this next segment. You know what I'm saying?
And it is. Man, I like how you did that. Go right into
it. Envy is a demon. You know what I'm saying?
Of course it is.
We have to be careful. As our people, and especially as our people are growing, we gotta be careful of those that are around us that are only weeds seeking to destroy us and our success and weed out our success.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
yo.
That's envy. Because you want to
yo.
know what? They wish they had that position and that place in which you were in. They want that same shine. They want that same glory. Word to my brother Mark Keys, for real. You know what I'm saying? Dead serious. I just had this conversation with him earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear more about him. Y'all gonna see more about him. And then we got somebody that said cater to BMore, man. She shouting out Bobby, man. Bobby the truth, man. Let's go ahead and get Bobby an round.
Get him up.
For real, these heroes out here, man. You get these flowers while you living.
While you're living,
you get these flowers while you're living, and now you get to live them live and recorded where you can relive them again. And we appreciate the chance for even being in that position to give you those flowers. Showing up, Bob. We appreciate you. We appreciate your students for tuning in and everything, man. We appreciate y'all, all of y'all. But as I digress, though, you know what I'm saying? We have these circumstances where black people and people, period, you know what I'm saying, we envy one another, and that's not a good thing. That's why I don't like the name DJ Envy and all this other stuff. I don't care what his story was and all this stuff. Envy has never been a good thing. And Brother Bobby said, yeah, all thanks, yeah, you get, yeah, bro.
I mean, envy is always going to come in with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, if you a real nigga, yo, you don't have envy. I think if you're a real nigga and you actually want to see somebody grow and be elevated and want to, you know what I'm saying, grow and actually want to see them, you know what I'm saying, prosper and shit like that. I ain't got no motherfucking lyrics and shit like that, but nigga, you feel me? But nigga, if you know what I'm saying, if you want a nigga to, you know what I'm saying, you want a nigga to be good, nigga, you want a nigga to be good. Envy comes to fake ass niggas that don't want you to succeed, period.
Well, the question is, do we all have envy? Do we all have that in?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, I think we all, to me, we all have a tad bit of envy in us. It's just don't let it take control. That's all.
Envy to get better.
Damn.
Put it like that. Envy to get better.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Because it's nice to have a Lord, you know what I mean? Sure, you know what I mean? Like, but when we let it control us to where we want to destroy somebody or take what doesn't belong to us, that's when you go too far. That's it.
Hey, we love the conversation within the comments. Bobby to you, which is, I don't know, I'm going to assume that's your student because you're a superhero teacher, which we appreciate.
But the younger, let me tell you.
He said, hey, shout out to KB, cater to Baltimore, shout out, man, shout out KP, shout out everybody that's a part of the stream, man, shout out everybody that's commenting, that's going over to the YouTube, man.
You already?
We are so
already
grateful, man. We also,
man,
we so very grateful. We so very grateful. We are so very grateful.
BMore4Real. Keep on subscribe to motherfuckers, man.
We're definitely grateful. And he said, thanks for joining KB, and y'all have your conversation in there. You know what I'm saying? No envy over here. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? No envy over here.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So do we all have minutes? She said there's no envy over here. Continue what you were saying, big brother.
Man, fuck being envy, yo, because at the end of the day, you envy a nigga, that means you should be able to know that you gotta be better than the next person that you're beside. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel like envy should be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Envy shouldn't need me addressed of you should be jealous of a person. No, fuck no. It ain't about being jealous of a nigga. It is the definition of it, but at the same time, if I envy you, bro, I envy you because I'm looking at you like, my nigga, you doing better than what I'm doing. So that means I need to step my fucking game up.
There we go. That's what it should be.
There
we go.
You know what I'm saying? If I look at fucking Uncle Wayne and saying that he got his own space on the shit, I need to step my game up. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I look at envy.
But
that's how I look at it. Go. I'm sorry.
And not to knock you out, that's how it ought to be. But the younger generation has changed.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the difference with their envy. When someone is successful, the younger generation don't want to learn from them.
Yeah.
They're envy enough to want to smoke them. So you don't learn the talents and skills it took to get there. You cheated. So you smoke them. Somebody gonna smoke you.
And then they look at old head as being a fucking crutch. You know what I'm saying? They look at old head as saying that you are old head because you're old head. Nigga, you need to be an old
Wisdom.
head. You need to have that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
If we learn from each other, we will lack the enviness.
Yes.
If we can learn from each other, because that's what it's supposed to be about.
Absolutely.
How I got it, I want to show you so you can get something too.
So
you know what I mean?
cater to BMore, which we BMore4Real about. We appreciate you cater to BMore, man. Let's just do.
What's going on, baby?
BMore4Real.
We appreciate y'all.
BMore4Real.
We're gonna keep on giving y'all the shout out and recognition as much as we can.
BMore4Real.
As much as we can. So cater to BMore, send on BMore4Real.
Absolutely.
That if you out to do harm, she said you out to do harm if you hold that inside you. So if you hold the envy inside you, then you out to do harm. That's what she said.
They do.
You out to do harm
Absolutely.
if you hold that envy inside you.
Absolutely.
And see, this the thing is, yo, if you come to a place of where you didn't heal that, you know what I'm saying, you're not out to do harm to nobody no more. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not seeking to destroy you. I don't care what we went through before or after the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not seeking to destroy you no more because I know I can move on from the situation, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that. But the people that envy you,
see?
they gonna be what? Seeking to destroy you. They got to do harm, and they might do harm to somebody that's totally innocent and don't even have nothing to do with the situation.
But
because they mad about that.
Sometimes
and we appreciate you, cater to BMore. We really
Sometimes
do.
they do. Sometimes they seek out to destroy you.
That's it.
And
They
to be in the
smoke. They don't want to destroy you. They want to smoke you. They want you up out of here. And then show up at the funeral. And then go around your parents and family and all and hug them. Oh, what happened? Y'all was like that. And they the one taking you out. You know what I mean? They want your place. But see, you understand?
You motherfuckers is
it ain't as easy as you think. A lot of people think
You know
it's
you
easy to get up there and want somebody else's position.
I know you terrible.
But then when you give it to him, you can't even handle it.
You terrible.
You know what I mean? You want something that you can't even handle because you haven't even been through the experience to know what you're doing. So look, learn instead of being jealous, learn from. And together we stand.
We going to.
Right.
You know?
Right. And also, as well, we appreciate all the viewers
Absolutely.
as usual.
Can't do it without you.
Like, share, subscribe.
Can't do it without you.
KP, everybody, man. Peace, fam. Man, peace to all of the viewers. Peace to everybody, man. We can't explain how much y'all mean to us, man. All these viewers, man. All the people that's commenting and subscribing, man. We gotta give a round of applause, man. We can't ask for a better audience.
Hey.
Now, since that's the second one,
you know, Luke Kane gonna be on his shit when it comes down to it.
You can't ask for a better audience.
Now,
hey, Bobby said.
I love my guys.
Bobby
love
said,
my guys.
What we doing is pure collaboration. And yes, that's what we doing.
Absolutely.
Iron is sharper than iron. And next thing you know, we're gonna be the sharpest sword out there, cutting anything that ain't the truth. And we're gonna be splitting it in half.
We are the truth. We the two-edged sword.
Yes. Yup. Double-edged sword. Love does nothing. Cater to Baltimore says love does nothing. It doesn't cloud the objective. So, you know what I'm saying? Love does not cloud the objective.
But
you know
love conquers envy.
KP, what's up, baby?
Love conquers envy.
KP, what's up, baby?
Man, what's
Facts.
good? What's good? What's good?
What's up, baby?
Unconditional love, you can't go wrong.
Yup.
You know what I mean? That's our
Yup.
solution, too. Remember,
Yup.
we need a solution. That's a solution to envy. Unconditional love. Bam.
KB,
My man
You
said
might-
fire. He put that fire on that
You
motherfucker.
might-
You already know this. son.
Yeah,
Get this shit going
Yeah,
on,
we
baby.
appreciate you, brother KB.
You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, brother KB.
Yeah.
We really do.
That's
We really do. We appreciate all the viewers. And then we're going to go right into the last
Oh,
topic, man.
topic
The topic of the night. Let's go, baby. Topic of the night, man. Topic of the night. All right, let's go ahead. It says, do success make you a target? And this is a...
Yes.
It's a real question.
Almost like we
I'm-
talked about earlier.
Man,
right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff that we have to say on the entertainment industry and success and all that stuff. BMore baby, she gonna give you a
Oh
lot
yeah,
more
come and
insight
think
on
of it.
that.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
a new
she gonna give y'all-
segment.
yeah.
We'll talk more about the lovely BMore baby, and she's gonna
She
talk
would-
about our entertainment for BMore for real.
She would be able to give you a lot more insight on.
So join
this
us.
entertainment.
Join
than
her
we would And
later
so we
on this
definitely
evening
Appreciate the streams and the viewers
For that segment. Remember,
We definitely-
Be More Entertainment, done by the one and only
BMore baby.
BMore baby.
For real. But as we digress, topic of the night. Does success make us a target?
Yes.
All right, why you say that so fast right away?
And you said it
Because-
immediately.
Immediately though, he ain't waste no time.
Immediately.
Yes, it make you a
When
target.
you that nigga, niggas hate on shit that you got going on. Regardless of how you go about it, regardless if you promote it, niggas is always going to hate on what you want to do.
Okay.
Period.
Okay, and I understand that. I
Niggas
understand
hate
that.
what you wanna
I
do.
understand. And see, for me, I think we have to look at it from an unbiased standpoint. For me, what happens is that success does make you a target to a degree. So there's a thing in war that
Man,
we
so
know.
shit that fire.
We know in war, right? When you go into war, normally the person with the most money gonna win. So you don't beef with a person that got more money than you because you know they got more resources and access to more things than you. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, money does make you a target because people want access to those resources. And we know growing up in communities and environments that we was in, like a lot of people would look at you getting money and look at you getting success and be counting, like they counting their pockets, but they counting yours. You know what I'm saying? They be looking at how much you done came up, looking at your assets, and they say, oh yeah, that's mine, up
Bro,
until
it ain't about
it's
money.
time to get you. So I mean, like, success does make you a target, but it also makes you less susceptible to a target because you should be, when you are successful, you should be in a state where though at least somebody that's broker than you can't go to war with.
Nigga
you or beef
ain't
with you.
about money, you feel what I'm saying? Ain't about how much money you get, ain't about how much buildings you got, it's the knowledge that you have.
KP said time is money.
Regardless of, no, it's the knowledge that you have.
But it's
If you know something and you can be able to build off of something with the right person that you can be able to build off with no money, my nigga, you can be able to build off that shit.
What say you, Uncle
Regardless.
Wayne?
But
I
listen,
don't-
What say you, Uncle
you
Wayne?
say do success, you know what I mean, comes at that period. Let me explain something to you. How you became successful makes the difference. I said this be true. When these ramblers come back and stuff happen, it ain't always because they came back, they was lovely and fine. What did they do before they got there? It don't take one person can't pop up and be successful. It takes a
Real
team.
shit. Real shit.
Them people you spent that
Right.
time with, the songs you
Exactly.
spent, the beat you did, all this, it was
Exactly.
done together. But a lot of times, like I said,
Exactly.
talking about them bloody hands is not the blood on your hands, it's the blood on your feet for the people you stepped on your way to that success.
Ooh, this nigga's talking about ramen
Okay,
noodles.
now
And
look.
some people are not easily to forgive.
Now, what we don't want y'all to do is step on our success like that either. You know what I'm saying? Our success is your success. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all could, you know what I'm saying, like, share, subscribe, tell somebody, share this video. You know what I'm saying? Share this live stream so that somebody else can be have this edification, and get on with the learning. Iron sharpen iron, and so we're doing this not for us, but we're doing this for everybody else. This is greater than us, you know what I'm saying?
Make sure you use your hands.
We would appreciate if you would share the edification with someone else, and you would share this stream, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we appreciate all the viewers and comments, but definitely go ahead, like, and share the stream. Bro said Wayne needs some water tonight, bro. You know what I'm saying? He on fire.
Dang, man. Don't put me out.
He hitting.
It's all together. We all in this. You
Uncle Wayne hitting. Let's go ahead and just ring that song along.
You already know what the fuck it is, nigga. Use your motherfucking hands, nigga. Take that shit accountability, my nigga.
Accountability.
Take accountability.
Goes you a long way.
Get your motherfucking own shit, nigga.
And let's do this together.
Period.
Yup. KP said.
Let's do this together.
KP said, what you do will come success. Look, he said, what you do will come successful only if you work hard. And you put your mind to it and never give up.
So your mind
will only become successful once you put your mind to it.
Did you just hear that? Read that again.
He said, what you do will only become successful only if you work hard and put your mind to it and never give up. So that's a trifold thing. So as long as you put your mind to it, as long as you never give up, and as long as you work.
That's an applause right there.
That's
an applause.
That's another
applause. Got to get that
you right about that. Nigga. Put your mind fucking to that shit, nigga.
That's earning
Get your own shit, nigga.
Then you don't hate anybody.
Make sure you do your own shit, nigga.
We gonna go to the next comment, and it says,
what's the
Bobby. Bobby says it's National Peanut Day. Shout out to George
Washington. See, we agree.
He a black man.
He brought it up. We were talking about
Hold up. Let's do this shit right here. You on that shit for that nigga, man?
We were just talking about the Peanut Day earlier. We were just talking about the Peanut Day. So Uncle Wayne was just talking about that Peanut Day.
See how we all can get along.
And he's asking us about the rumor about peanut butter.
That's how this podcast supposed to be.
Man.
But I do want to know about the nuts, though. You know what I mean? Did the man leave out this world without his nuts?
Hey,
that's what I want to say.
Did he get his nuts chopped
off? Did the white man
not?
take the nut thing and his nuts? Come on, man. Feel me.
Did he leave this earth with his nuts or not?
Sometimes you
the
feel
man that
like
made peanut butter, yo, it'd be crazy if he ain't left this world without his nuts. But yo, that's nuts for real.
Close for that shit. God damn it. Hey, get the fuck out.
We're a little nutty tonight. Oh my man.
We got a little nutty in this bitch, you heard me? Nutty in this bitch, baby. You already know what the fuck it is, man.
Bobby said, never mind, we're
going to do that.
He said, I'd rather not spread it. He said, did you hear the rumor about the peanut butter? He said, never mind, I'd rather not spread it.
Oh,
come on, man. Like, come on, man. Wake up.
That was a good one, Bobby. Very good.
Go ahead, Bobby. You ain't go ahead. Motherfucking ass show. We gonna holler at you, Bobby. You gonna get your ass up ahead too, though. You come up here, you know what I'm saying? You was talking shit, nigga. Come up here, nigga.
we appreciate you, Bobby, nonetheless.
Love.
Topic of the night. Okay, so what do you think? What do you? Our solution, perhaps?
Our solution, perhaps. We gotta get into it. We'll continue on further. We gotta make sure that y'all get a segment of the BMore baby real talk. So my solution would be success does make you a target. There have been rappers and stuff like that, like Pop Smoke. He's busy posting stuff on Instagram. There have been entertainers and stuff like that that's too busy flashing that you get robbed and killed in daytime. There have been rappers that the system got to their head, like Tupac, where as though you beat somebody up in a casino and a couple hours later you're dead. You understand what I'm saying? There has been countless countless examples of success making you a target whether you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? And success, really, when you're actually successful, you become a target just on your success because people envy you based on what you want to be at, which we were talking about earlier. So my solution to the problem would be to be as discreet as possible. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot about Beyonce and Jay-Z, but we don't know what goes on in their personal life because they keep that separate. You know what I'm saying? From what you see. When they're in business, they are in business. When they are in business, they are in business. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way that we should carry it. When a man or a woman is in business, we should be in business. When we at home, we should be at home, but we should not mix the two. We don't put our home life on social media. We don't put our business life on social media. The only thing that should be on social media is our advertisement to get clients for our business and the people that we let see what happens on the surface of our home. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise than that, people don't belong in our business. Keep everybody out your business, and you keep on moving forward with the relationship that you have with the people that's responsible for your success, and keep on going where you're going. Those other people that ain't in your lane, they ain't going where you're going. Drop them, keep them going. Keep it moving if you know them.
That's what 50 Cent said.
That bit, say hi and bye.
50 Cent said,
yeah,
nigga, if you doing all that other shit, I'm glad that you good. I'm glad that you all right. Mm-hmm. When you got your chain took, nigga, but you going home, nigga.
Yeah,
you take your ass home, nigga. Yeah. You going the fuck home.
Yeah, you going
fuck
home.
That. Because you shouldn't have done that shit.
Let's give it a round of applause for that, man.
That was nice.
Home, nigga. Let's give it a round of applause for that. That's the word. That's the word.
Just remember.
That's the word.
Just remember, the same people you meet on the way up are the same ones you meet on the way down.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So let's stick together, y'all. Together we stand. You know what I mean?
And if Christ be for us, who can be against us?
Oh, I go.
Real talk. We ain't falling.
Good motor. Thanks for joining us tonight, y'all. I am
BMore4Real. OMG Danny, man. Let's go. It's BMore4Real. Yeah, BMore4Real.
Our guest.
And Big Lou, man. Let's shout out Lou Kane, man. Let's get Lou Kane on the applause.
Thank you, and thank you.
Let's go.
Let me shout out my shit. Lou Kane, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Please go. Lou Kane, baby.